What do you do when you don't feel like writing? How do you make it happen? How do you get through it? I'm going to talk about that right now. Hey everybody, I'm Leigh Hall from teachingacademia.com, and I'm all about giving you the tools you need so you can navigate academia and make your best impact. Today I'm coming to you live from my kitchen because I had the carpets cleaned, and this is where I could sit while I clean the carpets. And so now we're just rolling it into another academic Twitter video. So let's take a look at what our tweet for academic Twitter is focusing on for this video. All right, so here we go. What do you do when you're feeling uninspired to write? When the work feels more like an obligation than anything else? And then this same person wrote a follow-up response. After the dissertation and an emotionally taxing job search, I don't feel that desire and sense of urgency to write. This must happen to others periodically too. So what do you do? All right, this is an excellent question. And first of all, I want to say it's normal and it can happen at different time points for different reasons. So let's just start with the bigger question. What do you do when you're feeling uninspired to write, right? It's like, oh, I have to sit down. I have to, I have this obligation, okay? Or the work feels like an obligation. And it might be that you have to meet a deadline, right? You got to get a revise and resubmit back in. Someone's waiting on your book chapter submission, something, right? But it feels like pulling teeth and you don't want to do it. All right. This is not exactly popular advice that I'm going to give, but it is the best advice that I know of. You do it anyways, all right? And everybody has these moments, right, throughout the semester where you just don't want to write that day. And you do it anyways, okay? And your writing on that day at that time might completely suck, all right? It might be really difficult. You might sit for 2 or 3 hours and end up with a couple of paragraphs, and they might be the worst paragraphs that you've ever written. And you know that when you come back the next time, you're going to have to delete those paragraphs. I actually think that's a normal part of the writing process, that we're going to have these moments where we're completely uninspired or we're just cranking out garbage that we know is going to be deleted. And I view that as part of the normal process, that we have to sit through that and write that junk, okay, and delete that junk in order to get to the good stuff, okay? So for the bigger question, what do you do when you're feeling uninspired to write and it's like an obligation? Do it anyways, okay? But there's another issue underlying this. So that's the big thing, do it anyways, but there's some caveats to that. So after the dissertation and an emotionally taxing job search, right, you might be physically, mentally, emotionally exhausted, which is completely understandable. One of the things that I do recommend is that you take a break after something like that, right? Like take a 2 or 3 month break. I really believe that, right? If you can take off, let's say you graduate in May, if you can take off May, June, July, even part of August, great. Do it, right? Don't write. Step away from it. Even right now, this summer, now I have tenure, so I can do this, all right? I wouldn't recommend this if you don't have tenure. I didn't write starting sometime in May. Like I got my stuff done and I'm just now, it's the beginning of August, and I'm just now thinking about, I got to get back into it. What am I going to do? What are my goals, etc., right? So even I want to take a break from it. But there's a difference, right? There are these differences of I feel really uninspired and I'm emotional. I just had this big move, this big, dissertation, and I'm just maybe just drained, okay? And when you hit some of these big milestones, you probably do want to take a break. And I would say after your dissertation and a job search, right, take a couple months off, but give yourself a deadline. So like you might say to yourself, on August 15th, I'm going to start writing again. That week, that's the week I'm going to get back to writing. So don't just take an indefinite break. Take a very mindful break, plan that break, plan when that break ends. Have a hard deadline for it. So just know that this is normal. You definitely want to work some breaks in periodically, but you also want to be really honest about with yourself, because there's a difference between feeling uninspired and not wanting to do it and just having a very difficult session versus just getting through a monumental accomplishment and needing a break. So be honest with yourself about which one you're facing, and you're going to be just fine. So if you like this video and you want more, click right here, and I will see you over in the next one.